Every 15 minutes, Fox News headlines 24/7, channel 150.
Fox News alert, the world gripped by a summer of terror. Since July, hundreds have been killed in 14 different major terror acts across the globe. So why is this happening and what needs to be done to stop it? Here to help answer that is our friend Dr. Sebastian Gorka, professor of strategy and irregular warfare at the Institute of World Politics. He's also the author of the book, Defeating Jihad. Doctor, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve.
You know, people are scratching their heads. Why so many terror attacks this summer?
Yeah, because ISIS is winning the war. They've changed their strategy from their parent organization. Remember, ISIS came out of Al-Qaeda, and it's not about big spectaculars like Bin Laden was interested in, like 9/11.
Right.
It's really classic guerrilla warfare. Inspire your people around the world, whether it's in Orlando, whether it's in Nice, France, whether it's in Istanbul, and then just use really low-cost methods of attack. Buy a rifle, go into a nightclub, get in a truck and just mow people down.
Sure.
This is classic irregular warfare. It's cheap and it works, Steve.
Let's look at a couple of them. On the 1st of July in Bangladesh, a restaurant was taken hostage. The victims who couldn't quote the Quran were executed, 22 dead there. In Nice, France, you mentioned the guy in the truck. Said he had ice cream in the back, reportedly inspired by ISIS, 84 killed, 300 wounded. In Afghanistan, July 23rd, twin explosions hit a demonstration. ISIS claimed responsibility, 80 dead. And finally, July 24th, German attacks, dual attacks in 2 different cities. A woman was killed by a machete, suicide bomber, hurt 15. Both terrorists fled Syria. So how do we make sure, you know, and I get the low-tech angle of it, but how do we make sure what happened over there doesn't happen here? And it has happened here. You know, it's happened here with San Bernardino, it's happened at the Pulse nightclub, but going forward.
Right, so the main part of the war against terrorism is human intelligence. It's putting our assets in place, undercover assets, undercover agents. It's actually profiling, because profiling works. If I'm looking for a 6'3" black bank robber, I don't hassle 83-year-old white grandmothers. So it's just common sense. It's the kind of tools that Mayor de Blasio is trying to shut down in New York, the kinds of things the NYPD really developed over the last 15 years that work, Steve.
Well, they have worked, and, you know, we just had Rudy Giuliani here, and it was during his administration that they started doing things like that, where they actually had undercover officers go into publicly available mosques just to hear what was going on, but now you can't do that.
Right, so if we look at where these people are being recruited, where they're being indoctrinated, in radical mosques by radical imams, then why should we not look there, or why should we say, well, we should be looking in churches or Jewish temples? It's illogical. The fact is, you go where the bad guys are. Mayor Giuliani has said it again and again and again. If I'm working against the mafia, I go to the Italian restaurants where the mob hangs out. I don't go to the Indian restaurants, right?
Yeah, I've heard him say that. All right, Dr. Gorka with some great insight. Sir, thank you very much for joining us on this Wednesday.
Thanks, dude.
You bet. All right, next up on the rundown, a Donald Trump supporter slammed with a crow.